everyone. Welcome to our podcast. I'm Sophia.
And I'm James. We're really excited to have you here with us today.
Yes, this podcast is all about helping you improve your English. Today, we're going to talk about how to describe your hometown or country. This can be really useful when you meet new people, travel, or even write essays.
That's right. We'll start with some basic descriptions and then move on to more detailed topics. So let's get started. Sophia, how would you describe your hometown?
Sure, James. My hometown is a small city called Greenfield. It's very peaceful and surrounded by beautiful nature. There are lots of trees, parks, and a big river that flows through the city. It's a perfect place for people who love outdoor activities.
That sounds lovely, Sophia. My hometown is very different. I grew up in a big city called Metropolis. It's very busy and full of life. There are tall buildings, lots of cars, and many people. It's a great place if you like excitement and lots of things to do.
Wow, that sounds exciting, James. So, listeners, when you describe your hometown, you can talk about its size, like if it's a small town or a big city. You can also mention what makes it special, like nature or buildings.
Yes, and don't forget to talk about the things you can do there. For example, in my city, you can visit museums, go to theaters, and eat at different restaurants. There's always something happening.
Exactly. In my town, you can go hiking in the mountains, have picnics in the parks, or enjoy a boat ride on the river. It's very relaxing.
Now, let's practice some sentences together. I'll say a sentence and then you repeat after me. Ready?
Great idea, James. Let's do it.
My hometown is a small city called Greenfield.
My hometown is a small city called Greenfield.
It's very peaceful and surrounded by beautiful nature.
It's very peaceful and surrounded by beautiful nature.
There are lots of trees, parks, and a big river that flows through the city.
There are lots of trees, parks, and a big river that flows through the city.
It's a perfect place for people who love outdoor activities.
It's a perfect place for people who love outdoor activities.
Now, let's try another one. My hometown is a big city called Metropolis.
My hometown is a big city called Metropolis.
It's very busy and full of life.
It's very busy and full of life.
There are tall buildings, lots of cars, and many people.
There are tall buildings, lots of cars, and many people.
It's a great place if you like excitement and lots of things to do.
It's a great place if you like excitement and lots of things to do.
Excellent. You're doing a great job. Now, Sophia, what are some other things people can mention about their hometowns?
Well, James, they can talk about the weather. For example, in Greenfield, the weather is usually mild. We have warm summers and cool winters, but it never gets too hot or too cold.
That's a good point. In Metropolis, the weather is very different. We have hot summers and cold winters. It can be quite extreme sometimes, but it's also very interesting.
Yes, and you can also talk about the people. In my town, people are very friendly and welcoming. It's easy to make friends.
That's nice to hear. In my city, people are also friendly, but because it's so big, you might not know your neighbors very well. But there are always new people to meet and new friends to make.
Absolutely. So, listeners, remember to describe the size of your town or city, the special features, the activities you can do, the weather, and the people. This will give a complete picture of your hometown or country.
That's right, and don't worry if you make mistakes. The important thing is to practice and keep improving.
Yes, we are here to help you. We will talk more about describing the culture and traditions of your hometown or country.
We talked about how to describe the basic aspects of your hometown, like its size, special features, activities, weather, and people.
That's right, James. Now we're going to dive deeper and talk about the culture, traditions, and festivals of our hometowns or countries. This is a really interesting topic because it shows what makes each place unique and special.
Exactly, culture and traditions are a big part of what makes a place feel like home. Let's start by talking about the culture in your hometown, Sophia.
Sure, James, Greenfield has a rich and vibrant culture. One of the main cultural aspects is our love for music. Almost everyone in Greenfield enjoys playing an instrument or singing. We have music festivals throughout the year where people come together to perform and listen to different kinds of music. It's a great way to connect with others and share our love for music.
That sounds wonderful, Sophia. Music can really bring people together. In Metropolis, we have a diverse culture because so many people from different parts of the world live there. This means we have a variety of cultural events like food festivals where you can try dishes from all over the world and art shows where you can see works from different cultures.
That's amazing, James. Diversity makes a place so interesting. Speaking of festivals, we have a special tradition in Greenfield called the Harvest Festival. It happens every autumn when the crops are ready to be harvested. Everyone in the town comes together to celebrate. We have a big parade, dance performances, and lots of delicious food made from the fresh harvest. It's a time for everyone to relax and enjoy the fruits of their labor.
That sounds like a lot of fun, Sophia. In Metropolis, one of our biggest festivals is the New Year's Eve celebration. Because our city is so big, the celebration is huge. There are fireworks, concerts, and parties all over the city. People from all over the country come to Metropolis to join the celebration. It's a time of joy and excitement as we welcome the new year.
Wow, that's impressive. Celebrations and festivals are such an important part of our lives. They bring people together and create lasting memories.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about traditions. What are some of the traditions in Greenfield, Sophia?
One of the traditions we have in Greenfield is the weekly market day. Every Saturday, people set up stalls in the town square to sell homemade goods, fresh produce, and handmade crafts. It's not just about buying and selling. It's also a social event where people catch up with each other and share stories. It's a tradition that has been going on for generations.
That sounds really nice. In Metropolis, one of our traditions is the Sunday brunch. It's a time when families and friends gather at restaurants or in their homes to enjoy a big meal together. It's a mix of breakfast and lunch, and you can find all kinds of food. It's a great way to relax and spend time with loved ones before the start of a new week.
Traditions like these add a lot of value to our lives. They give us something to look forward to and help us stay connected with our roots.
Yes, and they are also great to share with new friends or visitors to your hometown. Speaking of visitors, what's something unique about Greenfield that you would recommend to a tourist?
If you're visiting Greenfield, I would definitely recommend checking out the Greenfield Botanical Gardens. It's a beautiful place with a wide variety of plants and flowers. There are also walking paths and picnic areas, making it a perfect spot for a relaxing day out in nature. And if you're lucky, you might even catch one of the outdoor concerts they hold there during the summer.
That sounds like a lovely place to visit. In Metropolis, I would recommend the Metropolis Art Museum. It's one of the largest art museums in the country and has an incredible collection of artworks from all over the world. They also have interactive exhibits and workshops, which make it a fun experience for people of all ages.
Museums are great places to learn about the culture and history of a place. Now, let's practice some sentences about culture, traditions, and festivals. I'll say a sentence, and then you repeat after me. Ready?
Ready?
In my hometown, we have a rich culture and a strong love for music.
In my hometown, we have a rich culture and a strong love for music.
We celebrate the Harvest Festival every autumn with a big parade and lots of food.
We celebrate the Harvest Festival every autumn with a big parade and lots of food.
Every Saturday, we have a market day where people sell homemade goods and fresh.
Every Saturday, we have a market day where people sell homemade goods and fresh.
If you visit Greenfield, you should definitely check out the Botanical Gardens.
If you visit Greenfield, you should definitely check out the Botanical Gardens.
Great job! Now, Your turn, James.
In my city, we have a diverse culture with many different cultural events.
In my city, we have a diverse culture with many different cultural events.
One of our biggest festivals is the New Year's Eve celebration with fireworks and concerts.
One of our biggest festivals is the New Year's Eve celebration with fireworks and concerts.
Every Sunday, we have a tradition of gathering for brunch with family and friends.
Every Sunday, we have a tradition of gathering for brunch with family and friends.
If you visit Metropolis, you should definitely check out the art museum.
If you visit Metropolis, you should definitely check out the art museum.
Excellent! You're all doing a fantastic job.
Yes, keep practicing these sentences and try to describe your own hometown or country using similar sentences. This will help you improve your English and feel more confident when talking about your home.
We talked about the culture, traditions, and festivals of our hometowns. Now, we're going to dive into one of our favorite topics, food and cuisine.
Yes, food is such an important part of our lives. It's not just about eating. It's also about experiencing the flavors and traditions of a place. Sharing a meal can bring people together and create wonderful memories.
Absolutely. Every place has its own unique dishes and culinary traditions. Sophia, why don't you start by telling us about the food in your hometown, Greenfield?
Sure, James. Greenfield is known for its fresh and organic produce. Since we have a lot of farms nearby, many of our dishes include locally grown vegetables and fruits. One of our most famous dishes is the Greenfield Garden Salad. It's made with fresh lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers, and carrots, all grown in our town. The salad is topped with a light vinaigrette made from local herbs and olive oil.
That sounds delicious and very healthy. Fresh ingredients really make a difference in the taste of a dish.
They really do. Another popular dish in Greenfield is the apple pie. Our town is famous for its apples, and every family has their own secret recipe for making the perfect apple pie. It's usually served with a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top, making it a perfect dessert for any occasion.
Apple pie is such a classic and comforting dessert. It's interesting to hear that it's a specialty in Greenfield.
Yes, it's a favorite here. What about Metropolis, James? What kind of food is popular there?
Metropolis has a very diverse food scene because it's a big city with people from all over the world. You can find almost any type of cuisine you can imagine. One of the most popular dishes here is the Metropolis burger. It's a big, juicy burger made with high-quality beef, fresh lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and a special sauce that gives it a unique flavor. It's usually served with a side of crispy fries.
That sounds like a real treat. Burgers are always a hit, especially when they are made with such care.
They really are. Another popular dish in Metropolis is sushi. Because we have a large Japanese community, there are many excellent sushi restaurants. People love to go out for sushi with friends and family. The fresh fish and creative rolls are a big part of the dining experience here.
Sushi is always a great choice. It's light, healthy, and delicious.
Definitely. Now, let's talk a bit about the importance of food in social gatherings and celebrations. In Greenfield, how does food play a role in your festivals and family events?
Food is at the heart of all our gatherings in Greenfield. During the Harvest Festival, for example, we have a big community feast where everyone brings a dish to share. There are long tables set up in the town square, and people sit together to enjoy a meal. It's a wonderful way to celebrate the harvest and spend time with friends and neighbors.
That sounds like a fantastic tradition. In Metropolis, food is also a big part of our celebrations. For New Year's Eve, many families and friends gather for a big dinner before heading out to see the fireworks. The dinner usually includes a variety of dishes from different cultures, reflecting the diversity of our city. It's a time to enjoy good food and company as we welcome the new year.
Food really does bring people together. It's something that everyone can share and enjoy, no matter where they come from.
Exactly. Now, let's give our listeners some useful vocabulary and phrases they can use when talking about food and cuisine.
Good idea, James. Let's start with some basic words. Here are a few. Ingredients, the items you use to make a dish, like vegetables, meat, or spices. Recipe, a set of instructions for making a particular dish. Cuisine, a style or method of cooking, especially characteristic of a particular country or region. Flavor, the taste of a particular food or drink. Dessert, a sweet course typically eaten at the end of a meal.
Great words, Sophia. Here are some more. Appetizer, a small dish served before the main part of a meal. Main course, the main dish of a meal. Side dish, a food served separately along with the main course. Beverage, a drink, especially one other than water. Spicy, having a strong, hot flavor.
Those are very useful words. Now let's practice using them in sentences. I'll say a sentence, and you can repeat after me.
Sounds good.
I love using fresh ingredients in my cooking.
I love using fresh ingredients in my cooking.
My grandmother has the best recipe for apple pie.
My grandmother has the best recipe for apple pie.
Italian cuisine is my favorite because I love pasta and pizza.
Italian cuisine is my favorite because I love pasta and pizza.
The flavor of this soup is amazing.
The flavor of this soup is amazing.
For dessert, we're having chocolate cake.
For dessert, we're having chocolate cake.
Great job. Now, your turn, James.
For the appetizer, we had a delicious salad.
For the appetizer, we had a delicious salad.
The main course was a big, juicy steak.
The main course was a big, juicy steak.
We served mashed potatoes as a side dish.
We served mashed potatoes as a side dish.
My favorite beverage is iced tea.
My favorite beverage is iced tea.
I like my food a little spicy, but not too much.
I like my food a little spicy, but not too much.
Excellent. Keep practicing these sentences and try to use the new vocabulary when you talk about food and cuisine. It will help you become more confident in your English speaking.
Yes, and don't be afraid to try describing your favorite dishes from your own hometown or country. The more you practice, the better you will get.
We talked about the delicious food and cuisine of our hometowns. Now, we're going to explore another fascinating topic, the landmarks and attractions of our hometowns.
Yes, landmarks and attractions are what make a place unique and interesting. They can be historical sites, natural wonders, or modern attractions. These places often tell a story about the history and culture of the area.
That's right. Let's start with your hometown, Sophia. What are some of the main landmarks and attractions in Greenfield?
Greenfield may be a small town, but it has some wonderful attractions. One of the most popular landmarks is the Greenfield Historical Museum. It's located in the center of town and showcases the history of Greenfield from its founding to the present day. The museum has a collection of artifacts, photographs, and documents that tell the story of our town. It's a great place to learn about our local history.
That sounds really interesting, Sophia. Museums are always a great way to learn about the history and culture of a place. What else is there to see in Greenfield?
Another major attraction is Greenfield Park. It's a large, beautiful park with walking trails, picnic areas, and a playground for children. There's also a small lake where people can go fishing or boating. The park is a favorite spot for both locals and visitors, especially during the summer when the weather is nice.
Parks are wonderful places to relax and enjoy nature. They're also great for families and outdoor activities.
Absolutely. We also have the Greenfield Botanical Gardens, which I mentioned briefly in an earlier episode. It's a beautiful place with a wide variety of plants and flowers. There are different sections of the garden, each with its own theme, like a rose garden, a cactus garden, and a butterfly garden. It's a peaceful place to visit and enjoy the beauty of nature.
That sounds amazing, Sophia. Botanical gardens are always so calming and beautiful. What about historical sites? Do you have any significant historical landmarks in Greenfield?
Yes, we do. One of the most significant historical landmarks is the old Greenfield Church. It's one of the oldest buildings in the town, built in the 1800s. The church is not only a place of worship, but also a symbol of our town's history. It has beautiful architecture and stained glass windows. Many people visit the church to admire its beauty and learn about its history.
Historical buildings like that really give a sense of the past and how people lived. Now, let's talk about Metropolis. What are some of the key landmarks and attractions in your city, James?
That must be a breathtaking view. Skyscrapers with observation decks are always exciting to visit. What else can people see in Metropolis?
Metropolis is a big city, so there are many landmarks and attractions to talk about. One of the most iconic landmarks is the Metropolis Tower. It's a tall skyscraper located in the heart of the city. The tower has an observation deck on the top floor where you can get a panoramic view of the entire city. It's a popular spot for tourists and locals alike, especially at sunset. Another major attraction is the Metropolis Art Museum, which I mentioned in our previous episode. It's one of the largest and most famous art museums in the country. The museum has an extensive collection of artworks from different periods and cultures. There are also special exhibitions and interactive displays that make it a fun and educational experience for visitors of all ages.
Art museums are such enriching places to visit. They offer a glimpse into the creativity and history of different cultures. What about outdoor attractions in Metropolis?
We have many beautiful parks in Metropolis, but one of the most popular is Central Park. It's a huge park located in the middle of the city. The park has walking and jogging paths, lakes, playgrounds, and even a zoo. It's a great place to escape the hustle and bustle of the city and enjoy some green space. People love to go there for picnics, sports, or just a relaxing walk.
Central Park sounds like a perfect place for all kinds of activities. What about historical sites in Metropolis?
One of the most significant historical sites is the Old Town District. This area has preserved many of the original buildings from when the city was first established. Walking through the Old Town District feels like stepping back in time. There are cobblestone streets, old-fashioned shops, and historic homes. It's a great place to learn about the early days of Metropolis and see how the city has evolved over time.
That sounds fascinating. Historical districts really give you a sense of the past and how people used to live. Now, let's practice some vocabulary and phrases related to landmarks and attractions. I'll say a word, and then you can repeat after me.
Sounds good.
Landmark, a building or place that is easily recognized and important.
Landmark.
Attraction, a place that draws visitors because it is interesting or enjoyable.
Attraction.
Museum, a building where objects of historical, scientific, artistic, or cultural interest are kept and shown to the public.
Museum.
Observation deck, a platform or area usually on a tall building where people can look out over the surrounding area.
Observation deck.
Botanical garden, a garden dedicated to the collection, cultivation, and display of a wide range of plants labeled with their botanical names.
Botanical garden.
Historical site, a place that is important in history.
Historical site.
Panoramic view, a view of an area in every direction.
Panoramic view.
Great job! Now, let's use these words in sentences. I'll say a sentence, and you can repeat after me.
Ready?
The Greenfield Historical Museum is a key landmark in our town.
The Greenfield Historical Museum is a key landmark in our town.
The Botanical Gardens are a popular attraction for visitors.
The Botanical Gardens are a popular attraction for visitors.
The museum has many interesting exhibits.
The museum has many interesting exhibits.
We went to the observation deck to see the panoramic view of the city.
We went to the observation deck to see the panoramic view of the city.
The Botanical Garden has a wide variety of plants.
The Botanical Garden has a wide variety of plants.
The Old Town District is a significant historical site in Metropolis.
The Old Town District is a significant historical site in Metropolis.
Excellent! Keep practicing these sentences and try to describe the landmarks and attractions in your own hometown or country. It will help you become more confident in your English speaking.
Yes, and don't forget to explore new places and learn about their history and culture. It's always exciting to discover something new. We'll discuss the education system and schools in our hometowns. This is an important topic, especially for those who are interested in studying or learning about different educational systems.
We'll discuss the education system and schools in our hometowns. This is an important topic, especially for those who are interested in studying or learning about different educational systems.
We talked about the landmarks and attractions of our hometowns. And now we're going to explore another important topic, the education system and schools in our hometowns.
Education is such a crucial part of our lives. It shapes our future and helps us become who we are. Talking about the education system and schools in different places can give us a better understanding of how different cultures value learning and teaching.
Absolutely. Let's start with Greenfield. Sophia, can you tell us about the education system in your hometown?
Sure, James. Greenfield has a strong emphasis on education, and we have a well-structured system. Our education system is divided into 3 main stages: elementary school, middle school, and high school.
That sounds quite similar to many places. Can you tell us more about each stage?
Of course. Elementary school in Greenfield starts at kindergarten and goes up to grade 5. The focus at this stage is on basic literacy and numeracy skills, as well as social skills. Children learn to read, write, and do basic math. They also have subjects like science, social studies, art, and physical education. The goal is to give them a strong foundation for future learning.
That's a great approach. Building a strong foundation is so important for young learners. What about middle school?
Middle school covers grades 6 to 8. At this stage, students start to explore more subjects in greater depth. They continue with core subjects like math, science, English, and social studies, but they also have opportunities to take elective courses such as music, art, and foreign languages. Middle school is also a time when students begin to develop critical thinking and problem-solving skills.
It sounds like middle school is a time for students to start discovering their interests and strengths. What about high school?
High school in Greenfield includes grades 9 through 12. Students take more advanced courses in core subjects and have even more options for electives. They can choose from a wide range of subjects based on their interests and career goals. High school students also have opportunities to participate in extracurricular activities like sports, clubs, and volunteer work. The aim is to prepare them for higher education or the workforce.
That's a comprehensive system, Sophia. It's great to hear that students have so many opportunities to explore different areas and prepare for their future. Now, can you tell us about some specific schools in Greenfield?
Sure. One of the most well-known schools in Greenfield is Greenfield High School. It has a strong academic program and offers a variety of extracurricular activities. The school is known for its excellent science and technology programs, and many students go on to study engineering or computer science in college. There's also a strong emphasis on sports, with teams for soccer, basketball, and track and field.
Greenfield High School sounds like a great place for students to learn and grow. Are there any other notable schools in your hometown?
Yes, another notable school is Oakwood Elementary School. It's a smaller school with a close-knit community. The teachers at Oakwood are known for their dedication and personalized attention to students. They have a wonderful reading program that encourages children to develop a love for books from a young age. The school also has a beautiful garden where students can learn about nature and gardening.
Oakwood Elementary sounds like a nurturing environment for young learners. Now, let's talk about Metropolis. What is the education system like in your city, James? Metropolis has a large and diverse education system to match its size and diversity. Our system is also divided into three main stages: elementary school, middle school, and high school.
It sounds like we have similar structures. Can you tell us more about each stage in Metropolis?
Certainly, elementary school in Metropolis starts at kindergarten and goes up to grade 5, just like in Greenfield. The focus is on basic skills in reading, writing, and math, as well as developing social and emotional skills. Because Metropolis is such a diverse city, many elementary schools offer bilingual programs or English as a second language ESL support to help children who speak different languages at home.
That's a wonderful way to support students from different backgrounds. What about middle school?
Middle school covers grades 6 to 8. Students continue with core subjects and also have the chance to take electives. In Metropolis, there's a strong emphasis on STEM education, science, technology, engineering, and math. Many middle schools have robotics clubs, coding classes, and science fairs. The aim is to encourage students to explore these fields and develop their skills early on.
That's great. Encouraging interest in STEM from a young age can open many doors for students. What about high school in Metropolis?
High school includes grades 9 through 12. Metropolis high schools offer a wide range of courses and programs. Students can take advanced placement AP courses to earn college credit, or they can enroll in vocational programs to learn practical skills for various careers. There are also many opportunities for students to get involved in sports, arts, and community service. The goal is to provide a well-rounded education that prepares students for college or the workforce.
It sounds like Metropolis has a lot to offer its students. Can you tell us about some specific schools in your city?
Sure. One of the most prestigious schools in Metropolis is Central High School. It's known for its rigorous academic programs and high graduation rate. Central High offers a wide range of AP courses and has a strong focus on preparing students for college. The school also has excellent sports teams and a vibrant arts program, with opportunities for students to participate in theater, music, and visual arts.
Central High School sounds like an excellent place for students to challenge themselves and develop their talents. Are there any other notable schools in Metropolis?
Yes, another notable school is Riverside Middle School. It's known for its innovative teaching methods and emphasis on project-based learning. Students at Riverside work on real-world projects that integrate multiple subjects, helping them to see the connections between what they are learning and how it applies to the world around them. The school also has a strong support system for students with special needs, ensuring that all students have the opportunity to succeed.
Riverside Middle School sounds like a great environment for learning. It's important for schools to provide support and opportunities for all students. Now, let's practice some vocabulary and phrases related to education and schools. I'll say a word, and then you can repeat after me.
Sounds good.
Elementary school, the first stage of formal education, typically for children ages 5 to 11.
Elementary school.
Middle school, the second stage of formal education, typically for children ages 11 to 14.
Middle school.
High school, the final stage of formal education, typically for teenagers ages 14 to 18.
High school.
Curriculum, the subjects comprising a course of study in a school.
Curriculum.
Elective, a course that students can choose to take, as opposed to a required course.
Elective.
Extracurricular activities, activities that students do outside of their regular school courses, such as sports, clubs, and volunteer work.
Extracurricular activities.
Vocational program, a course of study that prepares students for a specific career or trade.
Vocational program.
Great job! Now, let's use these words in sentences. I'll say a sentence, and you can repeat after me.
Ready?
Greenfield has a well-structured education system with elementary, middle, and high schools.
Greenfield has a well-structured education system with elementary, middle, and high schools.
Students can choose from a variety of electives in middle and high school.
Students can choose from a variety of electives in middle and high school.
Extracurricular activities like sports and clubs are important for student development.
Extracurricular activities like sports and clubs are important for student development.
Many students in metropolis high schools take part in vocational programs.
Many students in metropolis high schools take part in vocational programs.
The curriculum includes course subjects like math, science, and English.
The curriculum includes core subjects like math, science, and English.
Excellent! Keep practicing these sentences and try to describe the education system and schools in your own hometown or country. It will help you become more confident in your English speaking.
Yes, and remember that education is a lifelong journey. Always keep learning and exploring new things.
We'll discuss the economy and job opportunities in our hometowns. This is an important topic for anyone thinking about their future career or planning to move to a new place.
We talked about the education system and schools in our hometowns. And now we're going to dive into another important topic, the economy and job opportunities in our hometowns.
Understanding the economy and job opportunities in different places is crucial, especially if you're considering moving to a new town or country for work. It also helps you understand the factors that drive the local economy and the types of jobs that are available.
Absolutely. Let's start with Greenfield. Sophia, can you tell us about the economy of your hometown?
Sure, James. Greenfield is a small town with a diverse economy. The local economy is supported by several key industries, including agriculture, manufacturing, and tourism. Agriculture has always been a significant part of Greenfield's economy. We have many farms that produce crops like corn, soybeans, and wheat. There are also several dairy farms that produce milk and cheese.
Agriculture is such an important industry, especially in smaller towns. It's great to hear that Greenfield has a strong agricultural base. What about manufacturing?
Manufacturing is another key industry in Greenfield. We have a few factories that produce goods like machinery, tools, and automotive parts. These factories provide many jobs for the local community and contribute significantly to the local economy. The manufacturing sector has been growing steadily, and there are always opportunities for skilled workers in this industry.
That's impressive. Manufacturing jobs can provide stable employment for many people. You also mentioned tourism. How does tourism contribute to Greenfield's economy?
Tourism is an important part of our economy, especially during the summer and fall. Greenfield has a lot to offer visitors, from our beautiful parks and botanical gardens to historical sites and local festivals. The Greenfield Fair, which is held every fall, attracts thousands of visitors from all over the region. Tourism supports local businesses like hotels, restaurants, and shops, creating many job opportunities for residents.
Festivals and fairs can definitely draw in a lot of visitors and boost the local economy. Are there any other notable aspects of Greenfield's economy?
Yes, the service sector is also growing in Greenfield. We have many small businesses, including retail stores, restaurants, and professional services like healthcare and education. These businesses provide a wide range of job opportunities for residents. Overall, Greenfield has a diverse economy with many different job opportunities for people with various skills and interests.
That's great to hear, Sophia. Greenfield seems to have a well-rounded economy with plenty of opportunities for its residents. Now, let's talk about Metropolis. What can you tell us about the economy of your city, James? Metropolis has a large and dynamic economy, reflecting its size and diversity. The economy is driven by several key sectors, including finance, technology, healthcare, and education. Let's start with finance. Metropolis is home to many banks, investment firms, and insurance companies. The financial sector is one of the biggest employers in the city, offering a wide range of job opportunities from entry-level positions to high-level executive roles.
The financial sector can offer many lucrative job opportunities. What about the technology sector in Metropolis?
The technology sector is booming in Metropolis. We have many tech companies, from large multinational corporations to small startups. These companies are involved in various fields like software development, cybersecurity, and artificial intelligence. The tech sector provides many high-paying jobs and attracts talent from all over the world. Metropolis is often referred to as a tech hub because of the concentration of tech companies and innovation.
That's exciting. The tech industry is growing rapidly and offers many opportunities for skilled workers. What about healthcare?
Healthcare is another major sector in Metropolis. We have several large hospitals, research institutions, and medical schools. The healthcare sector provides a wide range of job opportunities, from doctors and nurses to administrative staff and researchers. The presence of these institutions also contributes to the local economy by attracting medical professionals and students from other areas.
Healthcare is such an important field, and it's great to see that Metropolis has a strong healthcare sector. What about education?
Education is a significant part of the economy in Metropolis. We have several universities and colleges, as well as many public and private schools. These institutions not only provide education, but also create jobs for teachers, administrators, and support staff. The presence of universities and colleges also attracts students from all over the country and even internationally, which boosts the local economy.
That's wonderful. Education can have a big impact on the local economy by creating jobs and attracting students. Are there any other notable aspects of Metropolis's economy?
Elective.
Extracurricular activities that students do outside of their regular school courses, such as sports, clubs, and volunteer work.
Yes, the service sector is also very strong in Metropolis. This includes retail, hospitality, and professional services like law and accounting. The city has many shopping centers, restaurants, and hotels which create numerous job opportunities. Additionally, Metropolis is a major transportation hub with a large airport and extensive public transportation system, which also contributes to the local economy.
Metropolis truly has a diverse and thriving economy with many opportunities for its residents. Now, let's practice some vocabulary and phrases related to the economy and job opportunities. I'll say a word, and then you can repeat after me.
Sounds good.
Economy, the system of production, consumption, and distribution of goods and services in a particular area.
Economy.
Industry, a particular form or branch of economic or commercial activity.
Industry.
Agriculture, the practice of farming, including cultivation of the soil for growing crops and rearing animals for food, wool, and other products.
Agriculture.
Manufacturing, the process of converting raw materials into finished goods through the use of tools and processes.
Manufacturing.
Tourism, the business of providing services to tourists, including travel, accommodations, and entertainment.
Tourism.
Finance, the management of large amounts of money, especially by governments or large companies.
Finance.
Technology, the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in industry.
Technology.
Healthcare, the organized provision of medical care to individuals or a community.
Healthcare.
Service sector, the part of the economy that provides services rather than goods, including retail, hospitality, and professional services.
Service sector.
Excellent. Keep practicing these sentences and try to describe the economy and job opportunities in your own hometown or country. It will help you become more confident in your English speaking.
Yes, and remember that understanding the local economy can help you make informed decisions about your career and where you want to live.
As we wrap up our podcast on describing your hometown or country, we'd like to take a moment to summarize all the wonderful topics we've covered in this podcast. It's been an amazing journey, and we hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have.
Absolutely. Let's go over what we've discussed. We started our series with a general introduction to describing your hometown or country. We talked about why it's important to be able to describe where you're from and how it helps in learning English and connecting with others.
First, we talked about the geographical features of our hometowns. We discussed the landscape, the climate, and some unique natural features. We learned how to use descriptive words to paint a picture of our hometowns for our listeners.
Then we focused on the history and culture of our hometowns. We shared interesting historical facts and cultural aspects that make our towns unique. We also practiced using past tense to talk about historical events.
Part 3 was all about daily life in our hometowns. We discussed the typical daily routines of people living in our towns, the local cuisine, and popular activities. We also practiced using present simple tense to describe these routines.
We explored the landmarks and attractions of our hometowns. We talked about famous landmarks, parks, museums, and other attractions that draw visitors to our towns. This part helped us practice using descriptive language to talk about places of interest.
Part 5 focused on the education system and schools in our hometowns. We discussed the different stages of education, the types of schools available, and some notable schools in our areas. We also introduced useful vocabulary related to education.
And finally, we talked about the economy and job opportunities in our hometowns. We explored the key industries, job markets, and economic drivers of our towns. This part helped us understand how different factors contribute to the local economy and what types of jobs are available.
Throughout this podcast, we practiced using new vocabulary, phrases, and sentences related to each topic. We hope you found these practice sessions helpful in improving your English skills.
Remember, the best way to get better at describing your hometown or country is to keep practicing. Try to use the vocabulary and phrases we've covered in your conversations and writing. Describe your hometown to friends, family, or even in a journal. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become.
And don't forget, learning about different places and cultures can be really fun and enriching. It broadens your perspective and helps you connect with people from all over the world.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. We hope you've learned a lot and enjoyed our discussions. Keep practicing and exploring new topics to improve your English.
Yes, thank you so much for listening. We're excited to continue bringing you more interesting and helpful content in future episodes. Until then, keep learning and stay curious.
Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.